The tropics have been heating up, and now we're at a fever pitch here. We have, as of the 5 p.m. update from the National Hurricane Center, four storms that we're watching for. Hurricane Fiona, which brought tremendous devastation to Puerto Rico, has passed through Bermuda and now is on its way to Canada. Gaston, which is over near the Azores. We have Hermine, which just formed at 5 o'clock off the coast of Africa, and Tropical Depression 9, which is something that we have to watch out for here in New Jersey as we go into next week. So let's take a look at this. We'll get into Fiona first because this is impacting us indirectly with those swells and the rip current risk. At the 5 p.m. update, 6 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time, maximum sustained winds 125 miles an hour. It's a Cat 3 hurricane. It's a major hurricane. And the latitude of this is pretty much the same as us here in Atlantic City up the Jersey Shore. It's tremendous that we are seeing a storm this strong, this far north here, and it is racing 40 miles an hour to the north-northeast. Taking a look at where this is going to go, right in the eastern part of Nova Scotia. Then it's going to make its way into perhaps Newfoundland. If it doesn't do that, it'll get into Labrador here as what would be the equivalent of a tropical storm. But notice how we go from that 3 to an L. That's a post-tropical cyclone. For reference, Sandy was a post-tropical cyclone when it made landfall near Brigantine. We are seeing tremendous wave heights. With this, we were 6 to 10 feet along the Jersey Shore on Friday. Saturday, not as high, but those wave periods are still very long, 13 seconds. When you have wave periods over 10 seconds, that means each wave is generating a lot of force with it. Anything above 12 or 13 is very high here. Really, anything above 15 is rare for us in New Jersey, just to give you an idea of what we're talking about. So Saturday, not a good day to be on the water here, whether you're boating or you're trying to go out for a swim. Sunday, waves do die down 1 to 2 feet, but that wave period's still long, and we're still going to have some dangerous rip currents. Then we have Tropical Depression 9 here. This just formed as we went throughout our Friday here. This will likely become Ian. It is right now between Venezuela as well as the Dominican Republic and Haiti here, moving to the west-northwest at 15 miles an hour, a typical speed for this latitude. And watch what happens as we go in forward in motion here. We're talking about it strengthening into a hurricane by Monday and going through Cuba. And then, yes, Florida is in the forecast cone. Just to let you know, the forecast cone is the 2/3 probability of the center of the storm being within that cone there. So more than likely, we are talking about a landfall in the state of Florida, possibly as a major hurricane, category 3 or later here. And for any impacts with us, that wouldn't be until about a week from now or even into the following weekend, whether it's an indirect impact like what we're seeing with the rip current, a tropical remnant storm like we saw with Ida last year, or some kind of actual tropical system that's still going on remains to be seen. We're not going to know that until about Monday here. So that's what's happening with the tropics right now. And we are in the time of year where we're still very active with the tropics. Pretty much now until about the middle part of October, we see a good amount of activity from the tropics, whether it's a tropical storm, a hurricane, or a major hurricane. Just to show you the names so far, we've gone through Hermine. Ian's going to be next, probably that Tropical Depression 9, what it is right now, Tropical Depression 9. And then we'll go forward throughout the list as we go into the rest of her.